your desire? We're in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any. Discuss away. Indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
We've been waiting for you, Warden.
How about you then? Not enough. Behind you. Let's do this quick, shall we?
You will learn to fear me!
You will squish satisfyingly beneath my foot.
Begin the onslaught!
Oh, look, wants to fight. Oh, time to play. I'm on.
Another vanquished.
Yes.
Stop right there, outsider. The Dalish have camped in this spot. I suggest you go elsewhere, and quickly. I find that hard to believe. What business could we Dalish possibly have with a group like yours? Seeing as you are obviously no simple trespasser, I will leave it to the Keeper to decide the importance of your business. In the camp, I suggest you keep your hands to yourself, and remember that our arrows are still trained on you. Follow me.
I see we have guests.
Lovely. It's a whole colony.
And a hound amongst them. As if we haven't had enough problems with such creatures. Who are these strangers, Mithra? I have precious little patience and less time to spend on outsiders today.
I understand, but this one claims to have important business with our people.
I see. Tell me, stranger, what business could you possibly have with us? We have our own issues we must deal with, as you can see. You might have simply said so to begin with. Masirinus, Mithra. You may return to your post.
Manuvinen, Keeper.
Now, allow me to introduce myself. I am Zathrian, the keeper of this clan, its guide and preserver of our ancient lore. And you are? If you came to bring news of the Blight in the south, it is not needed. I had already sensed its corruption. I would have taken the clan north by now, had we the ability to move. Sadly, as you can see, we do not.
So their first reaction to trouble is to flee from it. Curious.
I imagine you are here regarding the treaty we signed centuries ago. Unfortunately, we may not be able to live up to the promise we made. This will require some explanation. Please, follow me. The clan came to the Brazilian forest 1 month ago, as is our custom when we enter this part of Ferelden. We are always wary of the dangers in the forest, but we did not expect the werewolves would be lying in wait for us. They ambushed us, and though we drove the beasts back, much damage was done. Many of our warriors lie dying as we speak. Even with all our magic and healing skill, we will eventually be forced to slay our brethren to prevent them from becoming beasts. The Blight's evil must be stopped, but we are in no position to uphold our obligations. I am truly sorry. There was a time in Ferelden's history when werebeasts roamed the lands in great numbers. Spirits possessed animals and turned them into horrific monsters. The humans warred against and destroyed these creatures. No doubt their tales of those days grow ever more inaccurate.
Flemeth tells tales of such a time. Packs of possessed wolves, akin to abominations roaming the land. It was a terrible age, now long past.
The werebeasts are not all gone from this land, and the ones that stalk the Brazilian forests are proof of this. They are savage and unrelenting. They need no reason to attack anyone. What is curious, however, is the ambush. We expect werewolves to be no more cunning than a rabid wolf. The ambush suggests a level of intelligence we've never seen before. I doubt that. The very curse that is in their blood fills them with an unreasoning rage that precludes any true thought. The affliction is a curse that runs rampant in their blood, bringing great agony and then ultimately either death or a transformation into something monstrous. The only thing that could help them must come from the source of the curse itself, and that would be no trivial task to retrieve. No, but it is the one who made these werewolves come to be. Within the Brazilian forest dwells a great wolf. We call him Witherfang. It was within him that the curse originated, and through his blood that it has been spread. If he is killed and his heart brought to me, perhaps I could destroy the curse. But this task has proven too dangerous for us. I sent some hunters into the forest a week ago, but they have not returned. I cannot risk any more of my clan. From whom? The Children of the Stone? The Shemlin? Do you truly think they have time to spare for us? I must warn you that more than werewolves lurk in the Brazilian forest. It has a history full of carnage and murder, you see. Where there is so much death, the veil separating the spirit realm from our own becomes thin, allowing spirits to possess things, living or dead. But if you can indeed help, then I wish you luck. Then I suggest you see Master Verathorn. I will instruct him to put aside some supplies for you, the kind that the hunters use. Make them quick, if you please. I have much to do here. My apprentice Lanaya or Sayrel, the clan's storyteller, could provide you with answers just as easily. Watch for the white wolves. They are his eyes and ears in the forest. There is not much to say. It stemmed originally from Witherfang, but now any werewolf... No. The ones from this forest, however, do. It is possible, but not guaranteed. The only way to protect against the curse is not to be bitten. You will know within a matter of days. If that happens to you, you should seek out Witherfang even more swiftly. Your mission at that point will be rather That is a long tale I do not have time to tell. Ask Sayrel about it if you wish. Go on, then. I must return to caring for my people. Creator's speed on your way.
Please leave that be. If you have need of equipment, I am sure Master Verathorn can help you. Please do not lie to me. I find it most unbecoming. My name is Lanaya. I am Zathrian's first, what you might call an apprentice, perhaps. I've been studying under the Keeper all my life. I am a bit curious of the outside world. Do you mind if I ask you a question or two? I hear the human cities are very large, thousands upon thousands of souls all packed together in their houses. Is that true? How very loud that must be with everyone talking all at once. I try to imagine those of our people living in such a place, surrounded by walls of stone and indifference. It is a difficult thought. Being accustomed to pain and suffering does not make it any less tragic. It is said that one day we will have a land of our own. We Dalish gather the ancient wisdom in preparation for this. When that day comes, all elves, even those who have forgotten, will reclaim their former glory. I have one more question, though I'm not sure you can answer it. Do the humans ever regret what they did to us? And yet, even if some regret, they do nothing. A poet once wrote of them, before the fall of the Dales. Like dragons they fly, glory upon wings. Like dragons, they savage, fearsome, pretty things. But you don't need me to quote poetry to you. Forgive me. Perhaps you have some questions of your own. Nothing that you could not ask Zathrian himself. He is the keeper of this clan and has been for a very long time. He is also a very good man who has lost much. The Dalish are everything to him, and he would do anything to protect them. He lost his family a very long time ago. I don't know the story, but I understand the circumstances were horrific. They have reason. Since the days of Arlathan, my people have been either subjugated or homeless. It was our ancestral home, long ago when the humans first came to these lands. We were free then, and immortal. We did not know how to deal with the humans, and in the end, they turned their power against us and destroyed Arlathan. Our ancestors were enslaved, and our culture lost forever. Not to my knowledge. According to the old tales, the human mages sank Arlathan into the ground, crushing it beneath the rock. Yes, after a millennium of slavery, our people were freed by Andraste, the human's prophet who spawned the Chantry. We worship the creators, as we always have. We give thanks to Andraste for her part in our freedom, but we do not worship her or her god. They died, but not of an aged body as other races do. Not until the humans came. According to the legends, association with humans caused us to quicken, our blood sped, and we began to age. So we avoided them naturally. And then we were enslaved by them for 1,000 years. And in so doing, we all were quickened permanently and our immortality destroyed. Or so the old tales say. In time, and with seclusion, we Dalish have lengthy lifespans, and they will get longer. Zathrian himself has lived many centuries, though that is unusual even for us. The Tevinter Imperium was a force to be reckoned with. It was ruled by mages with powerful blood magic. Though Arlathan fought, they lost. Shemlin, we call them, quick children. I suppose it takes a certain arrogance to look upon another people as children, no? Perhaps we should be more heedful of our own role in our Lathan's loss. Even so, it was a bitter lesson to learn. One we are not grateful for. It requires an individual to prove he is not the outsider we have come to expect. Your own task to help our clan is certainly a step in the right direction. That's true, and you're not even a human, so it's doubly unfair. But fairness does not play into such feelings. No outsider has ever been good for us. I was not born here, so I see things differently from the others. Still, I do not blame them for what they feel. Perhaps this may change one day, but I believe the humans would have to take the first steps, if they are capable. That was our second homeland. Our first was the great city of Arlathan. The Dales came when they were freed from enslavement. Elves everywhere journeyed hundreds and thousands of miles to the Dales, eager to start their lives anew. They called it the Long Walk. They reached the Dales and made it their own. And one day it was taken from us too, and you wonder why we are hostile. Certainly. A keeper is, first and foremost, the leader of the clan. He decides where we go. He's also responsible for knowing the clan's ancient lore and passing it on to the others in the clan. Without a keeper, the clan's knowledge is lost forever, so the clan protects him like no other. I'm hardly anyone special, I assure you. If I seem different, I came to the Dalish at a very young age, but my parents were servants too. I was the only survivor, just a young... It was. The long years... I can only imagine what would have happened had the clan not saved me from them. The bandits killed a scout when the clan passed near their camp. When the clan discovered him, Zathrian came looking for his killers. He followed their tracks for almost a month, and when he finally caught up to us, he fell on the bandits like a terror. No one could stop him. I sat there, and I watched him attack. When he saw me, the fury in his eyes turned to pity. He took me back to the clan, and I've been here ever since. It's possible Zathrian offered to take me back, but I had no idea. The clan is my family. For now, the clan is all I need. Perhaps one day, when I am keeper, I might inquire out of curiosity. I'm not sure what lies down that road. I am not a keeper. I am Zathrian's first. We Dalish have old traditions. The clans come from the rank. The keepers of those old clans have the strongest and purest blood that reaches back to the days of Arlathan. I had to compete against the other candidates for first, to be better than them in everything, simply because I was not of the old blood. I am. The ceremony where Zathrian anointed me as his first was the proudest day of my life. The clan has placed great trust in me. One day, I will lead them and be the one who secures our future. As you wish.
We greet you, child of the stone. I understand you are to venture into the haunted forest to save our brethren. I suspect your efforts may be in vain. An entire group of our hunters went into the forest to do as you intend, and they have not returned. An outsider to the rescue, but of course, what were we doing trying to solve our own problems? Perhaps you do not, but you are an outsider, and that we must rely on your largesse is a bitter pill for us to swallow.
You are being most unkind, Cyril. Would you refuse our hunters' help simply because of the hand that offered it?
You shame me, Lethalan. I have allowed my bitterness to cloud my better judgment. Forgive me, Grey Warden. It is most difficult to forget the lessons the Shemlin have taught us. Perhaps I can yet make amends. Stay while I spin a tale for our children, and then I will tell you of the forest if you desire. Come and join us then, all of you.
Bah! The elf wants to tell stories. Do we truly have time for such drivel?
I imagine an ancient being such as yourself would have many stories to tell, hmm?
Indeed. I have 30 years' worth of tales involving pastoral village life and being defecated on by pigeons. Riveting stuff.
And far more than that, I suspect. Now, what say we tell the story of the fall of the Dales? Which of you children knows that best?
I think I do.
Yes? Then come, child. Oh, don't be frightened of the outsiders. Now, where do you suppose such a tale should begin?
When we were slaves?
Yes. Long ago, our people were slaves to an empire the Shemlin had built on the darkest magic. They took away our history and our language and left us nothing. And then that empire fell, and we were freed.
Because Andraste came with her army, and Shartan joined her.
Yes. Andraste, the Shemlin prophet, came out of the south and challenged the Tevinter Imperium. Our ancestor, Shartan, fought at her side. And when the rebellion came to an end, we were given a new homeland in the west, the Dales. We began to rebuild the culture and history we had lost in our years of slavery. We worshipped the creators and made the Dales our home. Perhaps you know what happened next, stranger. Do you know what happened to the Dales? Indeed. They resented that we would not worship their maker, and they resented our ways because they were so different from their own. The Shemlin nations grew cold towards the Dales. They called us blasphemers and tyrants, and declared war upon us, a great crusade. Told by whom? A history that has been dictated by the victors, no doubt. Oh, I am certain we played a part in our downfall. We believed that the Shemlin would not revoke their prophet's gift so lightly. We were wrong. They took our lands, forcing us to abandon our gods and live as beggars in Shemlin cities.
You should have fought. You should have fought to the last of you. Better that than to submit.
Oh? Is it not the Kunari way to force others to submit? Surely that would not be your advice to my people, were they attacked by the mighty Kunari.
That would be different. The Kunari would improve your people. The humans have improved nothing.
Perhaps. Even so, many of us did fight. We fought, and we lost. But there were those of us who refused to abandon our ways. They emblazoned the symbols of the creators upon their flesh, and vowed to keep their ancient lore alive.
That's us. That's the Dalish.
Indeed, child. We chose to wander, homeless, rather than be ruled by the Shemlin. And all our clans wander alone until the day we have a homeland once more.
Then we bring the old ways back to our people, because they have forgotten it all.
For we are the Dalish, the keepers of the lost lore.
The walkers of the lonely path.
We are the Elvenan, and never again shall we submit. And that is the tale of the Dales, stranger. Thank you for allowing us to tell it to you. Perhaps one day you will tell us a tale of your people. A day when you are not guest and stranger, but savior. Now, as I said I would, I can tell you what I know of the Brazilian forest. Our legends say that before the Shemlin came, the Brazilian forest was a place of our ancestors that predated even our oldest homeland. The people of the Imperium came here and gave the forest its name. If they found traces of our ancestors, we cannot say. If they did, those elves were slain or enslaved. We know only that a great many battles were fought here. These trees grow upon the graves of those who fell, Shemlin and elves both. So much death in one place tore the veil into the beyond. The Shemlin know the beyond as the Fade, the place of dreams and spirits. When the veil is torn, spirits pass into our world freely. The legends say that one great spirit possessed the wolf that became Witherfang, who passed its curse of rage onto men and created werewolves. So Zathrian insists. He says that Witherfang is as much spirit as it... Perhaps it cannot even be slain. At the very least, it is old and powerful, much as Zathrian himself. The forest is said to be haunted. Spirits possess the trees, the wolves, even the bodies of the dead. No one knows. When the Shemlin lived in these parts, the curse would spread anew to a few of them with each passing year. They would run off into the forest, never to be seen again. Eventually, all the Shemlin left. One assumes the werewolves survive by passing their curse to their offspring. They have had no new blood. Until now, that is. It is said that 1 or 2 have turned already, though the Keeper denies it. As for they are killed out of mercy. I would rather... Who can say what... Even the barbarians, who came to overthrow the Imperium. Too many have become lost within, unable to find their way out. Were I you, I would endeavor...
I'm sorry, but I must attend to our ailing fallen.
Andaren Atishan, stranger. I am Athras. I hope the others have not been too harsh in their treatment of you. That is very generous of you. Most would assume we are unkind as a rule, and that is not the case. Especially not to a Grey Warden. But we have lost much. I understand you will search for the wolves in the Brazilian forest. I would join you, but Zathrian has forbidden me. None of us are happy about this situation, and I least of all. But I shouldn't speak too much about this, especially with an out... It's odd to talk so freely with a stranger. My wife Dalish and I both fought the werewolves in the ambush. Zathrian fought hard to ease her pain. I am beginning to believe she became a werewolf, and that it is being kept...
And if she was a werewolf, and the elf chased her and then found her, what then? Sweet bliss...
I don't know. Maybe she would...
More likely she would love to eat you.
If I could just know if Dalish is alive, or what happened to her. I have an amulet made by...
And I'm off. All right.
Andaren Atishan, outsider. I am Gaina. Is there something... I am not sure what I can tell you, but I shall try. Master Verathorn should have what you need. Seek him out at the... You should speak to Lanaya. She's the Keeper's first, and knows... Zathrian? He has been our Keeper since long before my parents' parents were born. What could you wish to know about him? I don't know. Very old. It is said that Zathrian may be one of the first to become as our ancestors were long ago. We all... Why Zathrian differs from the others, I do not know. Perhaps he has been blessed by the creators. He keeps us safe, and he keeps the knowledge of our people. The ways of our ancestors, of course, from the time of our Lathan, before the human empire, from the other clans, and from the artifacts we uncover in our travels. Everywhere the old empire... To the Flat Ears, those who live with... Yes. What is that? You would be best to speak to Sayrel. Then maybe...
Who comes? Oh, I beg your pardon, stranger. I was so busy attending to the Hala, I did not hear your approach. They are the noble beasts that pull our Aravel, what humans call land ships. They are our companions and our guides. I have heard of the Bronto. They are beasts of burden, yes? The Hala are not like that. We ride the Hala, but never with reins or a saddle. It is the Hala who decide where to lead us, and our privilege that they take our Aravel with them. In return, it's the herder's job to speak to the Hala and care for their needs. It's a bond of friendship, and not servitude. I fear she may have been bitten during the werewolf attack. I have tried speaking with her, but she is too agitated for me to understand. The curse would not affect her as it would us, but it would still be lethal, and it may prove contagious to the other Hala as well. I can find no wound on her, but if she's truly ill, then I will have to put her out of her misery, for her sake as well as that of the others. I don't know. Do you have any skills that might help her? If you do, I would be grateful. And? What do you think? I am glad you attempted it regardless. No. No, I'm sorry. She isn't calming any more around you than she is for me. I know. It was kind of you to try. No. That would not be right. It is my duty. Come to check on my Hala and I again, have you? Of course.
At least they have chosen freedom over subjugation. Better hardship and danger than slavery.
What are you doing? You've warped the wood completely. Did you leave it out in the rain?
No, Master Verathorn. I think I just used too much heat.
You're not smelting ore like a Durgenlin. This is living wood. It requires patience and delicate hands, not more heat.
My actions bring me sorrow, Master Verathorn.
And so they should. Truly the art will be lost to us forever at this rate. Speak to our guest. Now then, please forgive my distraction, stranger. Is there something that you need? Yes, the Keeper sent word that you might ask me for such. I took the liberty of assembling some goods that our hunters use. There is a large chest by the Araville, where I put everything we could spare. Feel free to sort through it and take whatever you need. I am no merchant, but let us trade. Perhaps there's something here which will be of value to you. What do you wish? I am no merchant, but let us trade. Perhaps there's something here which will be of value to you.
You have betrayed the trust of my clan, and no doubt stolen from us. Zathrian shall hear of this, I assure you. Even if that's true, you should not have opened the chest. I cannot believe... Suppose I should not be surprised.
Yes? What is it you need? Have you news? And what did she have to say? That's true. Hundreds of... Slowly the Dalish will all know once again the age, but I cannot say any more on that. I trust your... The werewolves were responsible. That is all you need to know. Make them quick, if you please. I have much to do here. She was one of the first to succumb to the curse. She is dead. Even if she did, whatever existed that was Delilah is still dead. Watch for the white wolves. There is not much to say. It stemmed originally from Witherfang, but now any werewolf may infect someone with it. Go on, then.
I have nothing to say to you. If you're truly here to help my clan, then please do so.
I trust there are no hard feelings about my questioning of you when you arrived. We Dalish must protect ourselves from trouble at all times. You might have just told me you were a Grey Warden and saved me the grief, though I suppose I can hardly blame your caution. But I wish you good fortune.
I have a question of religion, Kunari.
For you, Kadan, I will answer.
Would its Khun accept a convert that was a golem?
I do not know. It has never happened. We accept beings of all walks of life, so long as they are willing to accept their place in the world.
And what place is that?
One of equality. Within the Qun, an individual exists to serve.
That is less appealing. Would it consider birds to be its equal as well?
Birds? Birds are but animals. Enlightenment does not await them.
Excellent. That sounds very promising.
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat? I'm sure you'll be...
Going.
Even the Templars will be impressed by the powers you will command.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road. I'm sure... Are you sure I can't interest you in this? I'm sure you'll be pleased. You and your friends are formidable folk.
Good. Enchantment?
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
What can I do for you, Warden? Certainly.
What can I do for you, Warden?
If there's anything I can do...
Enchantment?
Everything brings us closer to victory. At your command, Warden. Orzamar's finest are eager to carve some history. We'll be fine, as long... At your command, Warden. Orzamar. Outfitting any army...
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed.
Understood.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
Ha! Let's wipe them out quickly.
You will learn to fear me. Begin the onslaught. No mercy.
Finally, we get
You want to die? Now this should be fun. Oh, you'll have to do so much better than that.
Should not have taken as long as it did.
And I'm off.
You seem so deep in thought, my dear Sten. Thinking of me, perhaps? The two of us together at last?
Yes.
What did you say?
You will need armor, I think, and a helmet, and something to bite down on. How strong are human teeth?
How strong are my teeth?
Canary teeth can bite through leather, wood, even metal given time. Which reminds me, I may try to nuzzle.
Nuzzle?
If that happens, you'll need an iron pry bar. Heat it in a fire first, or it may not get my attention.
Perhaps it would be better if we did not proceed.
Are you certain? If it will satisfy your curiosity.
Yes. Yes, I think it is best.
This is like my home in Saharon, but the fiends here are only monsters.
Another battle, I see. Off me and you shall take.
I have silenced it.
And I'm off.
It's your time to die. Now we get our hands dirty.
Going.
Tis your time to die. I am your death.
Begin the onslaught. We are victorious again.
The Watchwolves have spoken truly, my brothers and sisters. The Dalish send a dwarf of all things to put us in our place. They send a dwarf to make us pay for our attack. We are beasts, but we are no longer simple and mindless. Let that thought chill your spine. You speak to Swift Runner. I lead my cursed brothers and sisters. Turn back now. Go back to the... Tell them we will gladly watch them suffer the same curse we have suffered. Was it not Zathrian who sent you? He wishes only our destruction, never to talk. We have never met, he and I. He would not survive the experience. You know nothing, do you? Nothing of us, and even less of those you... Run from the forest while you can. Run to the Dalish and tell them they are doomed. I do not wish to fight you either, but we cannot trust you. Come, brothers and sisters, let us retreat. The forest has eyes of its own, and it will deal with...
Yes. And I'm off.
Another battle, I see.
Going.
Another battle.
Still doomed, just so you know.
Time to end their pathetic existence.
Too easy.
Enough.
Oh, this should be good. I am your death.
If you
Cross me
insist.
and you shall pay.
Could not have taken as long as it did.
You will learn to fear me.
Are you done yet? Yes, run! Run in fear!
Another battle, I see.
What manner of beast be thee that comes before this elder tree? Aware, thou sayest? How can this be? I sense no curse inside of thee. Could it be, instead, a lie? There is no need. Why even try? Ah, a child of the deeper stone. I should have heard it in thy tone. The woods have never been thy home. 'Tis far beneath the earth you roam. Allow me a moment to welcome thee. I am called the Grand Oak, sometimes the Elder Tree.
It rhymes? 'Tis a rhyming tree. One can only imagine what manner of spirit is involved here.
And unless thou think'st it far too soon, might I ask of thee a boon? I have but one desire, to solve a matter very dire. As I slept one early morn, a thief did come and steal an acorn. All I have is my being, my seed. Without it, I am alone indeed. I cannot go and seek it out, yet I shall die if left without. My wooden skin has some magic, see, and part of it I can give to thee. The forest would see thee as a tree, and so no harm would come to thee. Wilt thou then perform the task? Wilt thou save me, as I ask? Go to the east to find this man. I shall await. Do what thou can. My acorn is still gone, so I pray. Then
If you insist.
Oh, too bad for you.
How amusing. And I'm off. Yes. Wants to fight.
How odd. A camp with no campers, complete with fire.
And I'm off.
Don't go in there. Can't you feel power? Something is dreadfully wrong here.
There is something odd here. The way the fire draws the...
I shall try to be more careful in future.
Behind you!
Shut up!
Feather fiend.
A hungry spirit luring those who pass to their rest and their doom. One might wonder how it learned this trick. No matter, it shall prey.
Yes.
Fools!
All right, I'm game.
You will learn to fear me!
Wait. We are back at the beginning of the path. The forest, it seems, does not wish us to reach wherever the path leads. How protective.
Now let's see. Which one first? Quick!
I suppose that could have been worse.
Yes.
End this!
Let's do this quickly, shall we?
You will learn to fear!
Try. Oh, you'll have to do so much better than that. Die.
It is done.
Going.
Please. Help. Listen. I fled into the forest. The werewolves, they took me in, but I had to return. You are one of the dwarven folk. I am... was once an elf. One of the Dalish. The Keeper sent you? Then you seek Witherfang. I have, but it is not what you think. But there is no time to explain. You must listen. My name is Delilah. My husband, he is called Athras. Please, you must bring him a message.
There is death in her eyes. It will not be long now.
The scarf I wear. Bring it to him. Tell him I love him. Tell him I am dead, and with the gods, I beg you. I want him to be at peace. Oh, the pain. I will tell you what I know. Then know this. The werewolves are no... There is a ruin in the center of... I can tell you no more. The pain, it is too much. Please. Gods.
Begin the onslaught!
Performed as I expected.
Let's get on with it. Help me and you shall pay!
Who comes? We were sent to find Witherfang, bring his heart. Attacked.
And Darren Atishan, Grey Warden. Our scouts saw you approaching and tell me you carry the body of one of our hunters with you. Ah, Dagon. He is wounded, but I think he will live. Ma Siranas, your help is appreciated. Come, Lethaline.
All right.
Behind you!
to Winter Ruins. I believe we are nearing our ultimate destination.
And I'm off.
Let us end this! Now we get our hands dirty.
That won't stop. All right. Going. All right.
Oh dear, oh dear. Not a werewolf, and not a spirit even. What are the woods coming to? Mayhap I did, and mayhap I didn't. Have you come to claim it back? Oh, what fun. But we are getting ahead of ourselves already. Ask a question, and you'll get a question, but give an answer, and you'll receive the same. Oh, I do so love to trade. No, that is not a question. And if it be an answer, it be an answer to a question I've not asked.
Be cautious. This is no ordinary mad...
No fair bringing mages to a guessing game. Will you play by the rules or not? I think it is your turn to ask, is it not? It's where the wolfmen have their lair, but the trees will block the path. There's a way to fool the trees, of course. Trees are thick, wooden things, after all, easily fooled if you know how. Oh my, no, that's quite a question. I think that answer deserves something a little extra first, don't you? I stole something from an oak tree some time ago, and it won't stop pestering me for it back. Would you be so good as to turn it into firewood or something equally dead? You know of it? Good, that makes this much easier. Yes, that's the one. It's up to you. Yes, indeedy. Your choice. Time to move on now. I think it is your turn to ask, is it not? Let's see. I'll trade you an acorn, a helmet I found, or a book I finished reading years ago, provided you have something interesting in return. Ah, suddenly it all becomes clear. You hear that talking tree there? It all makes sense now. As a matter of fact, yes. I do have that tree's acorn. I stole it, and it was... If you want it, you'll have to trade me for it. But that's all I have to say about that. Now, what shall be the first? Aha, so you claim. They said... But it is your turn to ask now. Ask. Let's see. I'll trade you an acorn, a helmet I found, or a book I finished reading years ago. And what do you have to trade for the book? Eh? I once had a ring like that. This one's shiny still. There. Now that's done. What else have you got on your agenda? Where were you born? So you say. But it is your turn to ask now. Ask. Of course. Oh, and what do you have to trade for the acorn? Oh, yes. Many things are buried deep here. Yes. Yes. What do you have? Coin? What possible use could I have? Well, that's your business then, isn't it? Hold on, you. That's private property. That's an old man's home, that is. Keep out. Keep out! You're a robber, is what you are.
Yes. And I'm off. And I'm off.
My acorn is still gone, so I pray to thee. Hast my joy soars to new heights indeed. I am reunited with my seed. As I promised, here it be. I hope its magic pleases thee. Keep this branch of mine with thee, and pass throughout the forest free. I wish thee well, my mortal friend. Thou brought my sadness to an end. May the sunlight find you, thy days be long, thy winters kind, and thy roots be strong. Greetings to thee once again. Greetings to thee once again. Thou hast not yet left the forest, then?
You have returned. Is there any... You have news? Have you found her? Are you certain? That is her scarf. Where did you find her? What's become of her? So I was right. But what became of her? She told you that. Here is the... Now I should go and make...
Yes? What is it you need? I know who Dalish was. She died the moment she turned into a ravening, mindless beast. Athras needs to... She spoke, did she? Surprising. But then her transformation was very recent. Still, she is doomed in the end. I hope you put her out of her misery. Speak? You mean speak actual words? That seems unlikely. They are savage beasts. Even if they could speak, I think you can see... The werewolves are unimportant. It is Witherfang whom you must... I was not aware they have names. But no, I know nothing about any Swift Runner. We call those possessed trees... I am surprised you found one self-possessed enough to speak with you. Never mind rhyme. Was it a Shemlin hermit? If so, I have heard of such a... He built a tower in the forest long ago, and then it disappeared mysteriously. And I assumed he along with it. That seems unlikely. They are savage beasts. The same... The werewolves are unimportant. I must return to caring for my people. Creator's speed on your way.
I have nothing to say to you. If you're truly here to help my clan, then please do so.
Come to check on my Hala and I again, have you? I don't know. Do you have any skills that might help her? If you do,
The Kunare mentioned something of equality when we last spoke.
I said that all were equal under the Kyun, yes.
What of humans? Surely they would not be as equal as others?
All who accept the Kyun have their place as any other. In the lands we occupy, even the elves have come to embrace this concept.
And if this place is at the bottom?
If that is where one belongs, then that is where one should be.
The Kunare are a very practical people, Sten.
It is as I have always said, but I thank you.
indeed.
Yes.
Indeed. Your desire? I am not fond of sharing. You should know this.
I haven't asked to borrow anything of yours.
Nor would I lend it if asked. You would be best to desist and find your own.
Find my own what?
This facade of yours is unconvincing. If 'tis a competition you wish, a competition you shall have.
You wild folk are very odd and possessive.
Come to check on my Hala and I again, have you? I don't know. Do you have any skills that might help her? If you do, I would be grateful. And? What do you think? I am glad you attempted it regardless. Allow me to say Masiranus once again for your assistance. You were marvelous how
On
you
my
handled
way.
her. I would never have expected it.
Yes, of course.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
I am your death! Now we get our hands dirty.
Nera Beresad! Nera Kadan!
And I'm off.
Not enough.
Too bad for you. Yes, run! Run in fear!
Tear them apart!
All right. Going.
enemy draws blood.
Oh, this should be good.
I'm chipping away in all the wrong places.
All right.
It's your time to die!
Nera Kostun!
That fiend?
Yes.
Katana!
And I'm off.
Hopefully you do not fight as poorly as you smell.
Death to all pigeons! Finally, we get to the good part.
All right. Going.
The forest has not been vigilant enough. Still you come. You are stronger than we could have anticipated. The Dalish chose well, but you do not belong here, outsider. Leave this place. You are sent by the treacherous Dalish to kill Witherfang. I will not stand by and allow that to happen. And they deserve no less. You are an intruder in our home. You come to kill, as all your kind do. We have learned this lesson well. Here, Witherfang protects us. Here we learn our names and are beloved. We will defend Witherfang and this place with our lives.
If you insist. And I'm off.
invaded. Intruders have deceived their way into the forest's heart. Fall back to the ruins. Protect the lady!
Ah, here we go. Unless I miss my mark.
You are stronger than we could have anticipated. The day... You are sent by the treacherous Dalish. I do not believe you. You are an intruder.
Ah, here we go. The werewolf lair, unless I miss my mark.
There are no doubt many traps here. Don't get squished.
Yes. And I'm off. What is that?
Fools! Run while you can!
Going.
Mashing time.
Oh, you want to die?
Move aside. This is a waste of time.
No mercy!
And I'm off.
How about you then?
Yes. And I'm off. Yes. Going.
So simple to see, really. Don't look now. You called. As trap. So simple to see, really. Don't look now. Going. And I'm off.
I am listening.
You battle Konare!
Marina medicine. Mummy! Mummy! Mummy!
Another battle!
Yes. Huh. One never expects creatures like those, really.
You will learn to fear me. Too easy.
Why does the unnatural always smell so awful? Oh, look, it's the fight. That for you.
Try that again.
All right.
Nera Kostlund! Nera Kadan!
Being rained on all those decades must have slowed me down.
Going. And I'm off. Crap.
Begin
So
the
simple to see.
onslaught. It's your time
now.
to die.
Crap. So simple to see. Don't look now. Bad for you. Don't look now. So simple to see, really. Don't look now. And I'm off.
Thus increases our path of destruction.
Going. And I'm off. Huh. One never expects creatures like those, really.
Run while you can.
Not bad.
Konani!
You will be stopped. Prepare to be crushed.
a good day.
I'm off.
Oh, this should be good.
Oh!
Smashing time, won't we?
Oh, look, he wants to fight.
If you were more careful, that wouldn't happen.
Running spear.
Going. Going. And I'm off.
Yes.
Still doomed. Boss, you know.
As you wish. It shall be as you say. It is done.